What's going on, guys? We're about to check out Yo Fam. I was about to call her what they calling her in the live chat. I'm not making any promises because I might it might slip out, but I'm blaming the audience. I'm joking. Joking. We about to check out. No, stop it. The name keep popping up in my dang head, man. Because it starts with a B. Brett Cooper. The name's Lady Ben. All right, that's the name I can't get out of my head. Right, because they say that she looked like Ben Shapiro, and every time I'm about to say her name, Lady Ben almost slips out because the audience said it and it was funny. So now it's stuck in my head, fam. Kind of like the fact that you guys said she looked like Ben Shapiro, and now I cannot get that image out of my head, fam. Y'all foul for that. Y'all foul. But let's check this out, man. She's roasting H3H3 or Ethan Klein. Whatever I don't care about whatever their name is, per se, right? I just like Brett. Right? I think she's cool. So let's check out what she has to say, man. Lady Ben is crazy. It's funny though, but Lady Ben is crazy.
Welcome back to the comments section. I'm Brett Cooper. So I think we all know by now that the more you give in.
It's crazy. That reminded me, I had a friend named Jay, right? And every time I would go and visit him, he had a son and he had a wife, and I couldn't remember their names for nothing. So I came in one day, and once I did it once, I kept doing it every time. I'll come and be like, Jay, female Jay, baby Jay. And I would just walk into the next room, and they started dying laughing, and I just kept calling them that for eternity. I was like, female Jay, baby Jay, Jay.
To woke, cancel culture fueled politics, the higher standard they will hold you to. Because if you give them even an inch, they will take a mile. And we are currently seeing this play out with one of the biggest YouTubers out there, Ethan Klein, also known as H3. He went from having a comedic, raunchy YouTube channel where he didn't care about offending people. It was pretty apolitical. It was just all about him and his personality, to being the leader of canceling people online. And now
No, that's facts. He's made huge changes. Like, before I even thought about becoming a YouTuber, I used to watch him and think that this dude was awesome, right? His call out game was official. He stood for like freedom of speech. He was like anti-cancel culture. If you were trying to cancel somebody, he was the person that was going to come out and call you out and put you on blast, bro. And then it changed because I guess he wasn't making money, and he started noticing, probably spoke to his strategist behind the scenes like, hey, man, we gonna get canceled if we keep standing up for people. Let's switch, right? Let's keep a audience of toxicity. And then he just stuck with that.
He is facing the wrath of his own creation due to expressing his own feelings about the Israel-Palestine conflict. And we are going to talk about that today. Before we do, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section or off the clock episode. For context, Ethan and his wife, Hila, are Jewish. I'm not sure if they are practicing, but they are ethnically Jewish. And Hila is from Israel. She did her few years in the Israeli army. Her entire family is still there. And this heritage is incredibly important.
She was in the army? Oh, let me see. They post a picture of that? That'd be crazy. Oh! Yo, my bad. Listen, I gotta start putting some respect on her name. My bad. But I don't want no, I ain't want no smoke. I didn't know she was hand to hand trained in the arts. My bad. Got me almost knocking my mic over. I didn't know she was gangster. Right? My bad. You know? Sorry about that. Yeah, I usually roast her. Let me put some respect to her name. I didn't know. She'll probably twist my arm up 1,000. That's never mind. But still, she can be dangerous out here in these streets.
Important to them.
So for me, birthright is this really weird thing. From people outside, it's weird. From inside, it's still weird. There's rich Jews in Europe, UK, Canada, US, who give tons of cash, tons of money to the state of Israel for the purpose of bringing young Jews on this trip to Israel to connect with their Jewish heritage. It's like the most glorified version of Jewdate.net. I didn't care about the Zionistic thing. I don't think anyone there really does. They're just like, oh, a free free trip to Israel, something that I could never afford and something that sounds really great. The soldiers, U.S. soldiers, they join after a couple of days. We've already been there. And there's this girl that is flipping tall and beautiful. And she's got these huge blue eyes. And I was like, what? And she's got like black hair that like is in a crazy contrast to her blue eyes.
Come on, man. I just said I didn't want to like roast her. Why are you?
Come on, son.
Like, you know we not blind, right? You know we, come on, bro. Like, why you? Come on, man. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. No, come on, man. Come on, don't be out here just lying like that. Right? I got pictures of your wife in high school. It is, man. Come on, man. Why? Come on. Why you made me do that? Why you made me? Oh, snap. That's them on their wedding day. My bad. Yo, I'm going to get canceled. Listen, follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Rumble. Guys, follow me on all my platforms. Go follow my Patreon for as low as $1, man. In fact, you can now follow on Patreon even if you don't like sign up to be a Patreon, which is okay, whatever. That's a feature. So yeah, sometimes I put out free videos on Patreon too as well. So go sign up for Patreon. But damn, that was crazy. I didn't even mean to put that up there. That's crazy. That's crazy. I said she looked like she was in Hocus Pocus. That's wild. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all got my chair squeaking. Wait, that's crazy, man. Hold on.
And I'm there like in the corner, like minding my own business. And I'm like, is anyone seeing this? Is anyone seeing this shit? And I think we went into the Holocaust Museum and we're
I think they actually said the same thing. They said the same thing. And then when you was like, oh yeah, I'm getting up on it, it was like, you seeing this?
Trying to peep that out, trying to get the experience and stuff. And I didn't know what compelled me, but I felt like that was an appropriate time to approach you. Mm-hmm. Something about the Holocaust Museum was just like, this is appropriate. This is the right time to say what up.
Yep. And like I said before, when he first started on YouTube, he was pretty apolitical. He was just making funny content and bringing on any guest regardless of their politics. For example, he once had on Jordan Peterson, who he spoke very highly of. Like, it was a very positive interview. He was very excited.
Yeah, it was a very good interview, actually. This is before he started switching up crazy.
To have Jordan on. Just take a look at these clips.
Today's guest is the great and wonderful and one of our all-time favorite guests, Dr. Jordan Peterson, who has graced us with his presence.
The great and wonderful Jordan Peterson. There's
a lot of praise. He's giving him a whole lot of praise.
A lot of people that would not call Jordan that anymore because now they hate him. They think he is problematic, like everybody in Canada does.
People on the internet, we all handle hate of one kind or another. How do you handle it? Like, knowing that there's people out there who have never met you, don't know you at all, but they just hate your gut.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on who they are. If they're an academic or a journalist of some repute, and they go after me without warrant, I'll go after them and call them out. Because I think if they're professors, it's like, get your act together. You've got a position of authority.
It's so funny that 4 minutes into this podcast episode, he's asking Jordan about how he handles hate online. There's people out there that don't like you, that hate you for no reason. But over the last few years, Ethan has fallen into the angry left side of the media, and he has basically become the icon.
It's crazy. So he blatantly admits, let me get back in frame if I can. So he blatantly admits, these people got no reason to hate you, bro. No reason at all. They just do. They just don't like you. Or they ain't never like you. Right? That's the type of time that they on. Right? But now he's acting like there is a legitimate reason, even though he was admitting that people just hate him just because they don't like him.
Con for canceling people online and ridiculing right-wing conservative personalities specifically. And he went from saying all of these wonderful things about Jordan Peterson, graciously inviting him onto his podcast, saying, how do you deal with the hate? There's people out there who hate you, being genuinely interested in what he has to say, to deleting the podcast with Jordan because he regretted it because it was so problematic, and making fun of him on a daily basis like this.
He's better, and that's not toxic masculinity.
What are we going to do without men? The
real dragon of chaos is actually divorce.
What would we be without men?
These are all different days.
Who keep
That stuff is disgusting. I don't like that. Especially if you have full context, right? What Jordan Peterson was talking about, and it's exactly what he was talking about too. It's crazy, right? Men, like, we can't show emotion. We can't, which I don't even think you should be crying publicly. Let me just say that as well. But also, this is why. This is why they're going to emasculate you every chance they get. Every chance they get, because they can't break down your arguments. They can't try to try to rip that apart, because Jordan Peterson ain't for play, right? He actually does this. Right? His credentials is way beyond anything Ethan could even imagine. He's not just pearly things, right? So because you don't have that to go at him with, now you're just going to make fun of him crying and the sound of his voice. And it's like, whatever. I'm okay with jokes, but you got nothing else. Nothing else. You got me over here sounding crazy, mumbling and stuttering. You got nothing else.
Notes of all their enemies.
Doesn't even sound like Jordan. It sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Dan's doing impossible things. What are we going to do without men? Their penises hang to the left.
It's not a good impression, and it's just simply not a good look. But anyway, that is just one example of what Ethan's content has turned into, and the complete 180 shift that he personally has had.
That's the thing that makes it even worse. He gave you his time. He didn't have to come to your podcast and talk to you, fam. Like, this is people like that. Ethan is the reason why a lot of people turn down doing interviews and stuff like that.
But recently, something interesting happened, because Ethan has been getting a taste of his own medicine. He has been getting dragged through the mud by his own audience for his defense of Israel and his Israeli family. Surprise, surprise, funny how that always works. Now, all of this started when his co-host for the podcast, Hassan Piker, who we all know and love,
Hassan Piker!
had a debate with him about Israel and Palestine. And Hassan was taking the side of Palestine in the debate. Ethan was obviously defending Israel. And the vitriol from their progressive left-wing audience has been so intense that Ethan has started distancing himself from his friend and from his co-host, Hassan. Watch this.
Ethan is left.
Well, it's blatant that Hassan's whole audience, he panders to them. It's like really toxic, super toxic, fam, nastiness. And he panders to them hard, and he won't say anything that's anti-socialist, even though his whole lifestyle is blatantly the opposite. He's a champagne socialist. But when it comes to his words, his mouthpiece, he's just going to say whatever the heck his audience wants him to say, pander, right? And Ethan Klein, he does that once he gets in trouble. So he'll say his true opinion sometimes, and then his audience will be like, what? And start trying to cancel him. And then the next few episodes, he's going to backtrack, maybe pull the episode down, and he's going to go extra hard on someone that his community doesn't like. And that's going to get them to forget that he let the mask slip.
Over's done for good. I wouldn't say it's done for good. All I said is that it's, I would like to take a pause from it. That's all. On one hand, people are saying, Ethan, someone take Ethan's phone. And so here, this is me relinquishing my phone. I'm saying I am taking a break with peace and love. My fear with the show is just basically that for the time being, is that there's going to be a lot of more episodes that are going to make people really angry. And it's going to be really upsetting. Maybe I am casting too broad of a brush when I talk about like the reception and stuff, but there is a lot of people that take I don't really even know what I did other than like try to talk about how horrible Hamas is. But that enough turns people into just the meanest I've ever seen them. And it's just not worth it for me and my family. There's a million people everywhere talking about it. So I don't feel that I need to add my voice to it.
Why are you sniffing like that? Mr. Sniffles, you good? You all right, pal? you all right? You good? You sound a little sniff. Allergies got you? Well, I ain't gonna front. If that's what it is, then I totally understand. My allergies be whipping me out. Then if I go outside, I'm gonna come back in, my eyes gonna be puffy as heck. Right? Allergies ain't no joke.
But right now. You see my face?
He looks completely broken. So obviously, he does not look like he's doing well. They had that one episode, that one debate, and everything fell apart because of how angry people got, which is incredibly ironic because he goes after people all the time online and tries to cancel them all the time online. And suddenly he is facing that. He's like, oh man, this really sucks. It's like, yeah, it's kind of how it is online these days. People in your group, in your community have created this culture where there cannot be any discourse, where there can't be any nuance or complexity or personal experiences that are informing your thoughts about a very, very difficult, huge global conflict. There's no room for that anymore. And I'm sorry, but it's your people that have caused that. And you are 100% facing the conflict.
Everything became taboo. Common sense is taboo. You say something that's common sense, everybody look at you like, oh, he said it. Like, yeah, I'm not going to back down from nobody. Know what you talking about? But then you get labeled stuff and people hate you. Like I remember, for example, the predator catcher thing. I made a whole documentary video about that, saying how stupid it was and how dumb it was and how it's going to lead people into trying to do the same thing. And it was going to be catastrophic. And people in my comment sections, and you can still go see, unless they went back and deleted their comments, people was ripping me apart in the comment section, like saying the nastiest things about me. And then a few months passed and you start seeing some of these channels that made their whole channel dedicated to this start getting terminated and banned. And then a lot of their past start getting exposed to where they were doing the questionable and nasty things. And then recently, TikTok, I think his name was Inquisitor, he got accused of something disgusting from some TikTok pea catchers, right? And it was all false. It was just for clout and they made it up. And in return, he deleted himself from the video game and is no longer on Earth as a result. So, yeah. It's crazy. It's very crazy, man.
Consequences of that.
Oh no. What happened? Oh no, how terrible. That's just awful. How terrible. Oh no.
Somebody said liberals eat themselves constantly. You can't just have a semi-middle ground opinion anymore. You have to be super radical to have support right now. Very true. Another person said Ethan becomes aware of Hassan. Yes, I think he did. And just overall, I think he is a bit shell-shocked and just very surprised that his audience would turn on him. You shouldn't be. Because I don't know why. Actually,
this ain't the first time. They've turned on him in smaller doses before when he started saying those crazy jokes about a certain community. And I was just like, even I was getting uncomfortable. Like, whoa, that was a little too on the nose there, buddy. Right? This is why you're not a comedian. You don't even know how to tell a proper joke. But yeah, he got kind of mini canceled. And then what he did was started turning his focus on someone else. I forgot who it was, but he started going like Andrew Tate. He started going hard on Andrew Tate and it distracted people from what he was just doing.
Turned on people. You know how it works, but he is experiencing that. Just watch this.
What I saw in that Discord was near universal praise for Hamas, near universal saying people deserved it, people near universally calling me a Zionist pig, mass murdering, genocidal freak. That shit.
Oh my
God! Seeing that Discord because it made me.
This is for educational purposes, guys. This video is for educational purposes. I have to say that and let you know that this video is for educational purposes.
Realize that.
Whoa.
A lot of these people are watching this show and it frankly disturbed me.
Yeah, those people are watching your show. You are inspiring them on a daily basis. Maybe that is the mirror that's being held up in front of your face. So maybe taking a break actually is a good thing. Maybe this could end up being positive for Ethan. I'm not sure. Somebody commented and said, this really has been something to see, and never thought that the progressive Jews would get abandoned by their own comrades. Another person said, red pills are hard to swallow, but they fix what ails you. Yeah, just like rough greens can fix what ails your dogs. Because you might not realize it, but your dog's food and diet might be the root cause of their health.
Her transition game is crazy. You came out of nowhere with that, man. Oh, I might have to start transition into, that sounds crazy. I might have to start doing promotion.
Finding out what happens when you go against the woke mob. Like this commenter said, guess he's finding out. He certainly is. Another person said, a red pill moment that should have never been needed. And listen, I don't want to celebrate this situation because obviously this man is hurting, his family is hurting, his wife is hurting. It's just sad overall, but it didn't have to be this way because Ethan was warned about this by none other than Jordan Peterson. And not only was he warned about this, but he turned around.
I remember that on Twitter, actually. This looks so uneven. I remember that on Twitter. And Jordan Peterson was like, all right, watch. The people that you're building as your audience will consume you.
And he mocked that warning. So when Ethan really started becoming radical and became cancel culture trigger happy, he deleted that podcast episode that he did with Jordan Peterson and dragged his name through the mud online with his audience. And in response, Jordan Peterson gave him a very friendly preview of the road that he was going down. He said, also, I should warn you that those who engage in cancel culture generally live to regret it. I'm not going to come after you, except politely in this Twitter stream. But the chickens will definitely come home to roost. You will be held to higher and higher and soon impossible to maintain ethical standards by the very mob you currently wish to please. Then you will make a mistake and they will devour you with glee. Please take this warning seriously. I liked you. But of course, Ethan did not take it seriously at all. Somebody responded to this from Jordan and said, somebody needs to make a Jordan Peterson I told you so meme already. Another person said, this is almost predictable. The woke demands 100% compliance or else. Ethan is now getting the or else part. Absolutely correct. Ethan not only refused to take this advice from Jordan, but he also mocked and ridiculed Jordan for even giving him the advice.
This is epic. He says, also, I should warn you that those who engage in cancel culture generally live to regret it. Please.
Fam, he tried to warn you and you sat here and tried to roast him and turn it into content. And now you sitting here looking real silly, bro. Now you looking like a fool. Why? Because you just had to please your woke audience. You just had to. You had to. There was nothing else that you could do. You had to please them. He was like, all right, man, let's go as woke as we could go. Let's go where no wokey has gone before. Just woke central. This dude's a loser, man.
Take this warning seriously. I liked you.
Yeah, I'm sure it was much easier to make fun of him and do your Jordan impression and throw this out of proportion. Say it was ridiculous when you were not being attacked. But look what happened. You did make a mistake in the eyes of the mob. You are being attacked. The chickens have come home to roost. You made fun of this man for pointing it out correctly, and you're facing the consequences.
Yeah.
Somebody commented a week ago and said, and Jordan was right, as he usually is. Are we surprised by any of this? Absolutely not. Because we have seen this time and time again. We know that this is what happens. The left and any...
This is facts, yes. It's like a snake eating its tail. They consume themselves, bro. This is big facts, yes. 100%, bro. That's what they do. It's nasty, but that's just what they do, bro. They consume themselves. Straight crazy. And then look at you like you bugging.
Bullies, for that matter, will always eat their own. You can give and give and give, but it will never be enough if you do not comply and fall in line with every single one of their ideological demands. You can twist yourself up in knots for them, compromising your principles so that you can be accepted, and then suddenly you're left with nothing. No friends, no community, and most importantly, no integrity with yourself. You must have the courage to not need their approval and to live life in accordance with your values, whatever they may be, because this will always happen.
Yeah. Yeah, she was cooking. She was cooking. That was super on point, fam. But yeah, I think when it comes to H3 or Ethan Klein, he was nasty. Him doing all that stuff, it really did backfire. Will it last? Probably not. He's probably going to do the same thing he did last time. Find a target and just use them to help him get back his woke audience favor. That's what he does. It's just pretty nasty. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Hit the like button as well. Share the video if you going on, guys? If you want to see me live stream, there's 2 options right now, currently. But now I'm going to be streaming on Twitch. You can go and follow me on there. And I'm also going to be live streaming on Rumble. You can go over and follow me on there. If you want to get access to my live streams and be able to watch the playback, that is the best way. Twitch and Rumble. See you guys later.